Hello and welcome. Today we've got Adeline Galligan, and we are going to be discussing the purest and cleanest water you could be drinking right now. Now, just before we begin, you can subscribe to our Telegram channels and to nicholasveniamin.com for my free email updates. And if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, I will leave the link below in the description for the full interview, unless, of course, myself and Adeline can choose our words wisely due to the insane censorship that's happening right now. Adeline, thank you for joining me. How are you and what have you been up to?
Yeah, Nicholas, thank you for having me on again. It's wonderful to be back here with you. I was just saying the energy is high today, isn't it? The energy is great. Yeah, really look, fantastic start to the year. Things have changed this year. I think people are looking to go back to basics and just kind of figure stuff out for themselves. But no, I'm really, really happy with how the year's got off. So I've been super busy and yeah, that's me.
Absolutely. Now, it's been a while since you've, tried to get me try, the cleanest water. And I was always somebody, Adeline, that was drinking a lot of water because I like to be healthy. However, I was drinking tap water and I always used to get headaches and migraines and my sleep wasn't great. But other than that, I felt okay. I was drinking a lots of more water than the average person because usually people drink soft drinks and a little bit of water. Okay. But then you got around to telling me about the purest and cleanest water, which was one of the, things that I wanted to tick off my list.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't even drinking bottled water. So I want to thank you so much. And I wanted to tell you how I've been feeling. Now,
I'd
the
love
water
you to
that
tell me that. I'd love you to tell me that.
absolutely. Now, the water the water machine that I purchased from you it's called K8 water machine. It's got a touch screen on it, but I'm not so into my gadgets. For me, the most important thing out of this was how clean and pure the water was and the benefits that my body was going to have and the experience that I was going to have from these benefits of drinking the clean water. Now, I feel great. The water is so much more smoother. That bottle that you've just drank from was something, if you could show us, was something that you sent me because it was another important factor of this because it's metal and it keeps the water clean. It doesn't mix with the other plastic bottles that we're used to drinking from, like Evian and Volvic, which, according to your research and data with this purest clean water with the K8 machine, it's much more cleaner than the bottled water as we know it. Now, I feel my sleep is much better. I feel much more positive. I feel much more alert. Even my skin, I feel like it's much cleaner and smoother. I haven't told you this, but I have to say this to you. I'm having my kitchen refurbished and my
Okay.
builder came in and he saw, what is this machine? And I says to him, it's a K8 water machine. It's clean. It's the cleanest water you'll find. It's cleaner than Volvic and Evian, I says. And he says, wow. I go, do you want to try some? So I gave him some to try and he tried it. And it was like, now that is smooth, he said to me. Okay. And it's great. And it looks pretty. It's got a touch screen and it's really good. And you can see the dirty water coming out and how it goes in with the clean water and how the clean water comes out from the other tap above. And I says to him, what are we going to do? You've come here. We're going to install a new kitchen. What are we going to do with this tap? Obviously, the other traditional tap I use for washing up, but what are we going to do with the clean water? I still want my clean water. So he's now spoken with the plumbers and he's now integrating an individual tap in my sink. So I'm going to have two lovely, pretty taps, one for the traditional sink, washing the dishes, and the other one that's going to be pure drinking water. So he's going to integrate it all in there. And I am so happy to take this permanent approach to my health in clean drinking water.
That's amazing, Nicholas.
Yeah,
That's
so
amazing. I love your excitement about it, actually.
Yeah.
This is the one thing people find very funny is like, how do people get so excited about water? You actually don't understand it until you have this water, but you can be so excited about water. It's just phenomenal. So it's lovely to hear that story, because it is a permanent fixture, because that machine's going to last you 20 plus years. So let's hope your kitchen does as well as the machine.
Yeah, and my uncle was saying that, my uncle is the owner of the company, and he's helping me out. So I was telling the builders what we're going to do, and they all said that they're going to integrate it, they're going to make it look pretty, and I loved it. I loved the fact that I'm going to have an individual sink, a tap, a nice one, modern one, integrated into the sink as well as the other tap. So brilliant. That was very good, and I wasn't expecting that. So
that's amazing.
That's really amazing.
Well, only the best for you, Nicholas. Only the best and the prettiest and the nicest. So, yeah. No, I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted. Yeah. So like a lot of our customers do choose that option. And then other people love that it's just there and you can be hooked onto the tap. And if they move or they're, maybe not their forever home, that they can just unhook it and move it to their next rental or bring it in their RV or, there's loads of options. But no, if you're in your forever home or forever for the next foreseeable future home and plumbing it in like that is a brilliant option.
Absolutely. I mean, I wasn't planning on doing this. I was planning on just keeping it where it was. And I was really happy with that. Because I know I was, drinking really good quality water. And for somebody like me, who's been drinking tap water for many years, and I drink 3 to 4 liters a day, I drink a lot. I wake up thirsty. I have a lot, before I sleep and throughout the day. And I like to stay hydrated. For me, water is, it's very important. But it made a big impact when I started drinking, this water. Because it's so much, it's so much more cleaner. You can taste it. It's smoother. It's softer. And I recommend the viewers to try it. And I'm not just saying this, for anything else. I really do mean it. And that's why I've taken the permanent approach to put this, install it with my plumbing.
Yeah.
Now, why don't you tell us your story on how you felt when you started drinking this? So tell us your story. How did you come across these machines and to purify the water, and how has it helped you, and how does it make you feel?
Great. Yeah, good question. Actually, I haven't really spoken about this before. We actually have our machine coming up now, March 2015, so 7 years next month. And we used to own a water filtration company. So I've been very familiar with all different types of water filter systems: reverse osmosis, carbon filters, Berkey filters, Doulton filters, whole house systems, you name it. That's what we did. It was my family business since the 80s. I'd been back in the business and running it from the late 90s. So I've been around this a really long time. So it's not new that I'm around good water. And I'm very blessed actually to always have had clean filtered water. And I say this to everybody, that's a real basic requirement. This system is actually just taking your water to a whole other level. So when I was introduced to it, we took it as an add-on in our business back in March 15. And obviously we got one for ourselves at home. And we just couldn't believe the difference straight away. Like you said, for us, we were healthy and, drinking clean water, fit, exercising and everything else, a young family. But the difference in energy and sleep was ridiculous. For me personally, my energy and my sleep, and I was doing a lot of running at the time as well, my recovery was so much faster. Like it really does, like I can only speak for myself. I can't obviously say that everybody else would experience the same thing, but my experience was that just the recovery, and there is actually, if you actually do look up electrolyzed reduced water, you will find research on that. But the recovery was amazing. And then just for the children, again, peace of mind, knowing they were properly hydrated. My husband, no more acid reflux. It just really enhanced our home. No more chemical cleaners. The chemical cleaning was a huge element for us in our home, actually. So look, I suppose, have always been the kind of family that we're looking to do the best we could. And you can only do the best you can with the knowledge you have at any given time. So this was new information for us. We embraced it. And I actually we're just nuts about it now, to be honest. We're just absolutely crazy about it. And like the difference it has made to our many customers all over the world. We love getting the feedback. I love getting the emails from people just telling me what their experience was. That just, for compliance reasons, I actually can't share other people's experiences, but trust me, I get some amazing, amazing emails back. Just saying how it has changed their lives. And the company's tagline is change your water, change your life. It's a small shift that has a very big impact. But what I'd love to do is actually go through the properties of the water and why, because I mean, I'm sure if anybody's listening to this and they have no idea what we're talking about, they're thinking, what is these two nut jobs getting so excited about water for? How can they possibly, be having all this experience just from changing to a different type of water? So if it's okay with you, I'd love to jump in and explain just the different
Please, absolutely.
Yeah, just the different properties of the water, or why it is that that you get this, that you have these experiences. I suppose the biggest thing is that when you filter water, which I'm a huge fan of clean filtering your water, and this machine does clean filter it, but then it goes through another process called electrolysis or ionization. But as a result of that process, and if your viewers want to take this down, the proper term for the water is electrolyzed reduced water. So it's not just alkaline water. You can go and buy alkaline water in a bottle on a shelf in a supermarket. It's not the same thing. It's day and night. But the properties of this water is what makes it really special. And the three properties are that it's hydrogen rich, it's antioxidant, and it's alkaline. Well, 4 properties really, and it has a negative ORP. So I'll just explain each one of them in like 20 seconds. And look, obviously, if anybody wants to come and get more detail, we're only going to spend a short time here. They can drop me a message and I'm happy to answer any questions. But the hydrogen rich, like water that is hydrogen rich, has a high concentration of molecular hydrogen, or H2. So molecular hydrogen acts as a really efficient antioxidant that diffuses rapidly across the cell membranes, and that can reduce free radicals and it suppresses oxidative stress, which is super important when you consider all that we're exposed to. So through the process of electrolysis, so the water is clean filtered first, and then through that process that you spoke about, when it comes out the top hose, your tap water actually becomes hydrogen rich Kangen water. Now that has an antioxidant property or benefit. So oxidation reactions in the body can reduce free radicals. Okay, so while antioxidants terminate these reactions, we need much, much more of them than we're getting through our normal diet. Like, we're not getting enough natural antioxidants into our system. So elevated rates of oxidants and insufficient antioxidants in the body, that basically causes or leads to oxidative stress damage. So we need a constant supply of external sources of antioxidants, and that should be part of our diet. And it's a really easy way to flood the body with that by just changing the type of water that you drink. And that reduces the oxidative stress and related damage in our body. So like, everyone should care, just like you said, you were drinking volumes of water, 3-4 liters a day, but everybody should care not only about the quantity of the water that they drink, but also the quality, because both are absolutely essential for our well-being. And just achieving that optimal hydration is super important. Alkaline and then negative ORP, and then we can wrap it up. But the alkalinity is just, our bodies, or the pH of our blood actually needs to maintain, and it will maintain at all costs, a balance of 7.365. How much acidity and alkalinity we consume affects the performance of our body. Let's put it that way. How our engine is functioning, how our engine is running. So if we've got a lot of over acidity, our body has to work really hard to maintain and balance our blood pH, because it's its most important job. That's it. It needs to do this every single day. And if needs be, it'll steal from our bones, tissues, muscles, and organs any alkaline minerals that it needs to balance our blood pH. Because if it doesn't, basically we're on the way out. So, having that alkaline or that pH balance in the body is super important. Again, this is a really easy way just to flood the body with that alkalinity. But God, I hope I'm not going too fast. I really do go very fast. When I get excited, I go a bit faster than I should. But the negative, passionate, exactly. We call it passionate speed. Yeah. Well, yeah. But the negative ORP, this is the bit I like to kind of slow down a bit, because people go, what? Negative ORP? The Japanese actually this is Japanese technology, and it's manufactured under medical equipment license. But the Japanese actually call this type of water, or electrolyzed reduced water, they call it, or their term for it is negative water. But the reason they call it that is because it has a negative ORP, which is an oxidation reduction potential. So basically, your hydrogen-rich water that we mentioned, that's characterized by exhibiting a negative ORP. So a negative in this case is good. People think negative is bad and positive is good. So negative in this case is good. So a high ORP, which is the positive numbers, indicates that a substance has a higher oxidizing potential. So all your bottled waters are a high positive. All your tap water, especially tap water with all the chemicals, a very high positive ORP. So in generalized terms, humans, for humans, a positive or a high ORP is better for the outside of the body, okay, for cleaning and sanitizing. But for the inside, a low ORP in value in negative numbers, like what this machine produces in the negative water, indicates that a substance has a higher antioxidizing potential. And it's much preferred for just for our consumption. So just like the pH, the ORP values are an important measurement for determining the quality of water. And this is information that people don't know. Like people say to me all the time, oh, I've got my reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis it's got a very high positive ORP. It's oxidizing on the body. Distilled water, a high ORP, oxidizing on the body. Bottled water, filtered water, tap water, all the same. There's nothing else. The only way you can get water with a negative ORP like this is literally go to Lourdes in France, go to the foot of the Himalayas. This is where you get negative or negatively charged water. I'm super passionate about that. And I just hope people can just pick up on that. If it doesn't make sense or sounds too scientific, just think alive and energized. That's what you're dealing with. It's a huge shift. It's a massive difference. That's why you feel so great, Nicholas. And that's why you look so great.
Well, I'll tell you what, right? You're educating me because I'm this, so much more than I do with this water, with pH water, if you like. Is that what it's called? pH water? Can we call it that?
Yeah, you call it pH water, but it's actually much more that. Negative water would actually be a much stronger term. pH water, the pH of something is merely an indicator that a process has taken place. So pH actually stands for the potential of hydrogen. Something can have a high pH, but still not have that negative charge. Mm-hmm. Having that negative charge, that antioxidizing, that ability to really manage that oxidative stress damage in the body, that's the game changer. That's the winner. That's what's not available. That's not available anywhere else.
I don't want to say the names of certain illnesses because YouTube doesn't like it. But there are certain illnesses that are deadly. Mm-hmm. And you used the word alkaline earlier. And I heard that if you have an alkaline diet, some diseases are unable to continue to exist in those conditions when you're in, you have an alkaline diet. So can you explain the relation with this water, how it can help prevent those diseases as well?
Yeah, so all I can really, I suppose, do, because again, from compliance from our side, we cannot make any kind of medical claims whatsoever. However, we can explain, like what I did just there, the properties of the water. So this does have a high pH and it does have a negative ORP, which is flooding the body with that molecular hydrogen, which acts as an antioxidant. If any of your viewers do just the smallest bit of research on the health benefits of that and what that can achieve, it's pretty phenomenal. Because what you're doing is you're bringing back balance to the body. And without saying anything about any condition in particular, it really makes a lot of sense for most people to say, well, do you think if your body was better balanced, do you think might it be in a better position to heal itself? Do you think it might be in a better position to prevent lifestyle diseases? Because everything can be changed and reversed with the right approach. It's all about your mind. Your thoughts as well. Your thoughts, your mind, what we're putting into our body and what we're showering in, what we're eating, it all plays a part. It all plays a huge part. And there's no one size fits all or no one approach. For me, what I love about water is it's the foundation. Get the water right, everything else works well. And if you get everything else working well and your water's working well and your body's back in balance, watch the magic happen.
Absolutely. Well, I feel great. I love it. I endorse it. And if you're listening and you're thinking, should I try this? You should try this. Yeah. I endorse it very, very much. When it comes to your health or, sometimes should we go to the gym or should we do this? When it comes to your health, you never regret it. You never look back. And I think your health comes first. It's a priority. It's the first thing that we should be taking control. And also, our controllers of this world don't like that because they put fluoride and other things in our water. So we have to take back that control, not just economically and, with everything else, but also with our health. It's very important. Adeline, thank you.
Yeah, just to say, like, your health is an investment. Your health, anything got to do with your health, is not an expense. You should never view anything got to do with your health. If you view anything got to do with your health as an expense, your health's not a priority, because your health it's an investment. Anything in your health is an investment. It's an investment in you, in your longevity. At the end of the day, we don't all just want to get old. We want to get old and well and fit and healthy and alert and all of that, not just old, and really live to our full potential. That's the goal for us here in our family. And when people see what we spend on health products, supplements, organic food, the water quality, what we shower in, they go, what? They go, this is us. This is what we're living for. This is our investment in ourselves. What we don't spend, and I can say this is not a claim. Would you believe I have 3 children, oldest is 18, and they have never had an antibiotic or ever been to a doctor? Bar injuries, they've had lots of cuts and scrapes and bangs and stitches and that kind of thing, but they've never been. And that's down to taking control.
Absolutely. We must take control. So what I'll do for the viewers is I will leave the water information link first thing below in the video description. Okay. And then just below that, anyone that's in the UK and you're interested in plumbing for this machine, an integration into your kitchen, I will leave the link for that as well. So I'll leave only 2 links, but right at the top, the first thing below will be the water machine as well. And it's a great machine. It's a great investment. I have it. I have it's called K8 water machine. Yeah, and it's done wonders. I do not regret it. I keep telling my mum to get on the bandwagon as well.
But in the meantime, just keep her filled up. Keep her filled up with it.
Absolutely. Well, Adeline, thank you so much for sharing that with us once again. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the viewers before we finish?
No, just reach out. I look forward to hearing from you. You get through to me personally, and we just really love engaging and just educating you on this. So we do it is a big investment, but by golly, we want to support you on that. And there are payment plan options and different options for having one. But look, get yourself educated first. Ask the questions. We're here to help.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. And we'll speak very soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Nicholas. Bye.